Hi everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And I have gotten so many questions, y'all, that I have decided to do a standalone Q&A because I know that the videos I have coming up next week, if I put this up on the weekend, I may put this up on the weekend, are going to be, decorating, crafting videos that are going to be probably 20 to 30 minutes long, So I don't have in other words, I don't have a video coming up that I could tack some questions onto the back of, So I want to give the questions time, as much time as I want to each question. Now we've got people standing in the middle of the road like nobody else is existing here in the neighborhood. Let me go around them. Yeah, well, gee whiz. So anyway, I've got several questions here so I'm going to go ahead and get started on this pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this because I've got several questions. And I'm on my way to get my hair did. Can you tell? Oh my goodness. It needs to be colored. Those grays are waving at us and I need a little trim and I'm not sure exactly how short I'll go. You can see I have them printed out in really big writing so that I don't have to squint to see, or so I can be sure to see the whole question. So here goes. Number one. Let me get around this corner. All right, this is from Holly K. And she says, or asks, did you have a career before having your girls? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'll tell you the truth. When Chris and I first met, I was in college. And he had graduated from college and started working here in this area at his job that he worked at for over 30 years, but back then he had just started working, and he looked at me and he said, would you be willing to, he says, I know in this day and age, back in 1981, women like to have careers and, and how do you feel about being a stay-at-home mom? And I just teared up and I said, are you kidding me? I said, I would love that. I said, I think that's so important, Now, my parents were teachers, so my mom was home with me a lot. I mean, she would get off work. Actually, where I lived, I could walk across the street. When I was in elementary school, she worked across the street from where I went to elementary school. She was a 7th grade life science teacher. So when I was in 1 through 5, they didn't have kindergarten at the school at that time when I was little, but grades 1 through 6 actually were at one school, and she worked across the street. And then in 7th grade, when I moved across, she would have been my teacher because I grew up in a very small community and she was the only 7th grade life science teacher in the area. And so anyway, I digress. But she was home with me a lot. So I kind of knew what it was like to have, a stay-at-home mom. Mom was a teacher, but she was there with me a lot. She made sure she was. My mom made sure she was. So that had always been in the back of my mind. I did not want to be a teacher, though. I just didn't think that I was smart enough, to be honest with y'all. I didn't think I was smart enough or good enough. And now I think I could have made a good teacher. But back then I didn't have a very high self-esteem. Regardless, I said to Chris, absolutely, I would love it. So I have always been a standalone or a stay-at-home mom and volunteer. I have volunteered everywhere that I could. Throughout the kids' schools. I mean, I've always volunteered to do things. So, and that was a very fulfilling career, although back in the 80s, you know, people would look at you and go, what do you do all day? What do you do all day? You're a stay-at-home mom? What do you do all day? Well, y'all know, you've seen how I am. I'm a very organized person. I kept myself busier than people who worked, and I'm not even kidding, with cleaning and organizing and my volunteer work, which was major when my kids were in high school. I was the president of the Vampires Association. I planned trips. I went on all the trips. I chaperoned everything. Not to mention, I went to school from 10 to 3 every day for pretty much the 4 years, 5, 6 years I was president, just to help, volunteering, you know, making copies, I mean, it was crazy, the work I did. It was crazy. So I've had a very fulfilled life, and I have never felt like Chris ever wanted me to go to work. And there were some lean years, y'all. There were some years when I could have gone, money-wise. But we persevered and got through, and no, I've never worked. So there you go. I'm just an old stay-at-home mom, which I think is the most important, one of the most important jobs on the planet, if you ask me. You know, you get paid a lot in hugs and love. Okay, number 2. When you have an excessive amount of ribbon left over from your funky bows and you trim them off, what do you do with the tails you've removed? I feel bad in just throwing them away, so I wondered what you do with yours. This is from, I say Karen. Karen, honestly, I have gotten to the point where I usually don't trim my tails. I know in my earlier videos when I first started doing funky bows, that I'm gonna go this way. I most certainly did trim the tails up because I was making the strips too long. But I have had, sorry about the sun. Hopefully I'll go around the corner here and that will leave us. But I usually cut my ribbons at about 24 inches long, between 22 and 24, not normally much longer than that. And I know there was a time when I cut them at 32, if you've seen some of those videos, or even, you know, a little bit shorter than that, and I would trim them down. Well, now I make them right about 24 with my loops at about 5.5 to 6 inches, and that size tail is pretty perfect. And I really have not been trimming my tails for quite a while. So I don't really have excess, you know, and yes, it was a little bit wasteful back then when I would just trim them off, and I really didn't do anything but throw them away, to be honest with you. I didn't have anything special that I did with them, Karen. So, but yeah. So I've just lessened or shortened the length of each of my ribbon pieces. So that's what I do with that. Thank you for that question. Okay, I'm getting here my paper over here. Can you tell I'm going, I have, like, I wish I could turn my camera, I can't, but I have almost a canopy of trees over my head, and you can see it looks like kind of like a kaleidoscope. I know this sometimes will give me a headache to go through shady areas, you know, with the blinky and stroby kind of looking stuff. Yeah, that'll give me a migraine quicker than snot sometimes. I don't get as many migraines now that I'm through menopause. Well, I think I'm through menopause, but I do still get them now and again. Okay. Number 3, and there are 3 questions in this sweet lady asked me 3 questions within one. So let me see here. First question, this is from Precious Rose. That's who wrote me these questions. Number 1, the holidays are around the corner. Do you have any holiday family favorite recipes or meals? Sweetie, I have a whole playlist full of my tried and true recipes. I will try to remember to link that playlist in the description of this video, but yes, I sure do. Tried and true family favorites. Most definitely, couple that my family wasn't too thrilled with me about giving out. One is crab souffle. I have another, my peanut butter fudge is very well liked within my family. Both regular peanut butter fudge and peanut butter fudge and chocolate peanut butter, like a Reese cup. I make that. I've got a lot of tried and true recipes, my chili, my spaghetti sauce, all of that stuff. Holidays though, you know, Stacy has done a video on her little smokies. That's always a popular one. My fruit salad is always popular. Holidays as far as 4th of July, my strawberry shortcake is always popular. My cheesecake, easy peasy and popular. So yeah, I will put a link to that playlist. I don't know if they're all in there. I also probably have a holiday playlist. I can't remember. Whatever cooking playlist I have, I will definitely link below. Stacy and I did a whole series of recipes of four of our family favorites. She did 2 and I did 2. Cheesecake is in there and crab souffle is in that playlist. So I'll link that one for sure. So, but yeah, I make the same things. That's why I always say to you, I laugh. Y'all say you like my cooking videos, and I love doing them, but I make the same stuff all the time. I'm such a creature of habit, and people like what they like in my house. So it's not like I'm one of those people to go out and try new recipes. Stacy's the one that does that. I'm not, and she does a good job at that. But I'm a good cook at what I cook for sure, or so I've been told. So anyway, okay, so that was number 1 in her group of questions. Number 2 is, what are your must-haves when you decorate? Now, I am thinking you are asking about my tools and some of my must-haves, the brass tacks of things, the things that I need in order to do my decorating and my crafting. Now, you said decorate, so I'll explain this in 2 different ways. One, I need my snippers. I call them snippers. They are really wire cutters. And I always have a link in the description for those. They are the most awesome wire cutters on the planet as far as I am concerned. They are wonderful. I have a really good glue gun also. Chris got me that for Christmas. Actually, both things for Christmas a couple years ago, and they have been wonderful. So those 2 things I really can't do my crafting without. My new favorite thing, which isn't so new anymore and isn't new to other crafters, it's just to me. I went for years and years and years without these and don't know how I managed, but I love cable ties or tie wraps. They, to me, are magic. Magic. They help hold things together. They help hold my wreaths together. They help hold everything onto my onto my cozy corner ladder, for instance. I use tie wraps to tie that picture, and then the swag I have on the picture. Tie wraps are major. Also too, Danielle introduced me to glue dots. Oh my goodness, they're my next new favorite. Glue dots. Now, as far as my decorating is concerned, literal decorating, I've always talked about my staple pieces, what I have in my decor all the time, that I decorate and then redecorate as each season passes. For instance, the ladder in my cozy corner, my lanterns and trays, my chippy angels up on the mantle, they're staple pieces. My black candlesticks up on the mantle, my clock up on the mantle, my Dickens houses, my lanterns, things like that I use and reuse and reuse. I don't always go out and buy new. I do sometimes when I find a specific thing, like you guys are going to be seeing my dough bowl coming up in the next week or so. I don't know, because I haven't done my editing yet about all my videos. I've got a lot in the can, but that'll be coming up, and in that, really happy with how that worked out. I can't wait for y'all to see that. But in that, I bought velvet pumpkins and they had gold stems on them, so that had given me the idea to use like a gold lantern, And I had hauled that a while back, and oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about the sun. This is crazy. I'm getting at least a little suntan on the side of my face. But things like that, my staple pieces are important. I've also really enjoyed infusing greenery into my decor with this blue and white series, both for just the blue and white series and for the blue and white with fall, infused fall. I still have left my greenery in place, and I love that. I really think that has bumped up my decor, although that one lady said I had too much in the one design. Whatever, I blocked her. Okay, and then the third question is, this is still from Precious Rose. Let's see, out with the old, in with the new. Would this describe how you manage to keep or toss your decorations throughout the year? What's the most pleasurable and least pleasurable part about decorating? Well, she's got a lot of questions here. I didn't realize. Let's see, out with the old and in with the new. Sometimes, not usually though. Not usually. What I have been working on when we moved into this house 6 years ago, what I've been working on with this home is adding to the decor that I had in my other home. Sure, I've gotten rid of some of it, but I've also kept a lot of it, and I redecorate. And as you all have seen, I redecorate and redecorate. I think you probably were surprised when I showed my garage about how many lanterns I don't have. You know, I've got my 2 big lanterns, and I've got, for the size of my house, I've probably got, what, 5 or 6, maybe 7 now with that gold one, accent lanterns, you know, that I switch out, you know. So, but definitely not out with the old all the time. Most definitely not. I have been purging, though, each season as I go through my seasons. I purge every season before I put that season away. So I do out with the old a good bit. You know, I try not to hold on to stuff that I haven't used in 2 or 3 years, and it's gone, it's out of here. And then what's the most pleasurable and least enjoyable thing about decorating? There's nothing least enjoyable to me at all, really and truly. I love decorating. It is my passion. I live to decorate as far as my own personal stuff that I like to do. That's my favorite thing, absolutely, other than, you know, family, you know, doing stuff for family. But I mean things that I do in my daily life, you know. Decorating is definitely my favorite thing. There's not anything I dislike about it. I love the creative process. There's more things I love about it. I love the creative process. I don't care, like, for instance, my fall tree. It gave me troubles, but I've never been a lover of, like, decorating Christmas trees and stuff like that. I've never loved doing that, just because it's very tedious work, and I'm not a real I'm detail oriented, as y'all know. But when it comes to, if I have I'd never make a good quilter. I told my girlfriend, who is an absolutely wonderful quilter, I've always told her I don't have the patience to be a quilter. I really don't. I like to be able to get my, you know, my crafts and my decors done, you know, and not have to go through many steps in order to complete it. So, but I love the decorating process. I love the creativity. I love being able to think of new things. I love the process of it. I love building it from the ground up. You know, I like starting into new series, you know, near new seasons or different ways to decorate. I think it's really fun. don't think I've pigeonholed myself into any one genre, which I really like. You know, I feel like when we built this house, we made it so that I could switch out my decor genres, you know, pretty easily, because it's a basic, you know, we've kept the floors and the cabinets and the carpets all neutral, and I like to decorate to bring in the season, you know, or to bring in the holiday. So, all right, there we go. I think that's it. Okay. Well, thank you for those questions, Precious Rose. Okay, Amanda Thrasher, question: do you still shop at the Dollar Tree? She's got a lot of questions too. I've got three questions from her. Do you still shop at the Dollar Tree, Dollar General? Why or why not? I absolutely do. Still shop at the Dollar General and Dollar Tree. Now and again, most definitely. Got a big truck coming by me here. My goodness gracious. And I like them very much. If I can find what I'm looking for, I really like them. Haven't been able to find those daggone pumpkins though this year. Those velvet pumpkins. So, but yeah, absolutely, I do shop at them. I just did a haul on Dollar General, I think last week or so, or a couple weeks ago. So I like Dollar General. I will say I like Dollar General usually more than Dollar Tree, around here anyway. And our little Dollar General is a lot littler than Dollar Tree, but it's chock-a-block full of stuff when they have it. So I really like the Dollar General. Okay, her second question was, has YouTube changed your decorating? How has YouTube changed the way you decorate or design? It really hasn't, other than I think that I've honed my skills since I've been on YouTube, only because I do so much decorating and I think about what I'm doing, and I'm very detail oriented. Well, I've always been detail oriented, I don't mean that, but just because I get so much practice, you know, I have added more to my yearly decor since I've been on YouTube. I didn't used to decorate a whole ton for patriotic, for instance. Now I would, like on my mantle and out front, and we've always been very patriotic and very, you know, we love our country and support our military, and, you know, always been like that. But for me to do a whole decor series throughout my house like I do now, I really didn't. So also, for instance, the Pioneer Woman series I did, I would have never probably done that had I not been inspired by the Pioneer Woman and wanted to challenge myself for my channel. So that's another reason why I kind of don't do collabs so much anymore, you guys, is because I do so much throughout the year in my home. I'm always so busy doing this and that and the other thing. And when I was doing the collabs, I guess through the second year of me having YouTube, by the time Christmas rolled around, y'all, I was a zombie. I was a zombie. I worked so stinking hard on my own decor and doing my own stuff and creating videos that adding that extra thing on top of everything that I always do anyway was just too much for me. And I had to admit it, as much as I never want to fail and never want to not do something, especially when it makes people happy and it helps people, I had to back off of that because it was just too much. So, but anyway, that's about how things have changed. Okay, now for someone like me thinking about starting a YouTube channel, what advice do you have? Obviously, I decorate, design, and create, etc. Well, there are several things I think that, you know, I don't know if I feel pretty successful, I will say that, in my channel. I never thought in a million years that my channel would grow the way it has, y'all. I think that I'm a lucky and blessed lady, and that I have the best subscribers on the planet, and I have people who you guys are loyal and you come back every time. And for those who don't, what is some advice I would give? I would say, I mean, when I'm talking brass tacks here, be consistent with your uploads. I think that's very important, is to be consistent with your uploads. Since I got back from our vacation, I've been doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, I don't know whether I'll be able to keep up at that pace because I'll run out of stuff to decorate when I, you know, go get out of my series, you know, my fall series. When I'm done my fall series, there'll be a little lull between that. Plus I have a cruise, although I'm going to try to vlog VLOG some of that cruise while I'm on that cruise. I'm hoping to be able to do that. But anyway, there'll be some time in October that probably I won't have 4 videos a week, just because I'll be done my series, you know. But we're pretty close to it. I don't even know how many videos I have left, but I would say consistency with your uploads. Watch your analytics. Go into your creator studio, watch your analytics. You know, I make my videos about 30 minutes long, and on average, about 15 minutes of that video gets watched. A lot of people speed through, and I do the same thing when I'm watching other people's videos sometimes, you know. Sometimes. Not usually my crafting friends, I don't. I usually watch every minute of their stuff, usually. Unless I'm in a hurry and don't have time to sit and watch. But watch your analytics. Be responsive to your subscribers. Try as you might, like I'm doing these Q&As. I've been trying to answer some of you back. Since my arm has gotten better, my arm is much better. It still does sting a little bit, but it's much better. So I've been trying the last couple videos to, you know, to answer back a little bit, but that won't always be. It depends on how busy my day is. But I've always tried to keep a line of communication open with you guys, with my subscribers. I think that's very important. But those are some things I would say, boy, could I have picked another parking place? The sun, goodness gracious. But those are some things that I would definitely think about, you know. And hey guys, I'm morphing in here. One more thing that I think is just about the most important thing when you start your own channel, and that is to be yourself. Do not put on airs and be that way from the very start of your channel. If you try to be fake, your viewers and subscribers are going to be the first to notice. So always be true to yourself. Always be honest with yourself and with them. Let them see you, warts and all. You know, let them see you, warts and all. It's okay. The more human you are, the more people will respond to you. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. I don't know, make it fun and interesting, you know. Make pretty thumbnails for your, you know, for your to-go. You can put that when you upload your video. There's a place where you can, you know, YouTube will pick a picture for you, but there's also a place where you can custom make a thumbnail. I use my Keynote, which is a program on my Apple computer to make my thumbnails, and I think that's important. Use keywords in your and put some hashtags in your video, and don't use more than 5. Danielle told me that. Don't use more than 5 keywords or hashtags, you know, but like hashtag 2019 fall decor is one of mine this year. Hashtag lantern centerpiece, hashtag cozy corner, hashtag, you know what I mean? Use some hashtags. Cross post in you know, like I do in Instagram. You guys that follow me on Instagram, you'll sometimes see pictures before I get it up on YouTube sometimes. So all of that's important, Amanda. You know, all of that is important. So I can't think of anything else right now, but that about covers it. I also, for my editing program, just so you know, I use iMovie, which came with my laptop computer. And nobody taught me how to do it. Pretty much I've taught myself and gotten better and better through the years. And I keep saying I want to move up to Final Cut Pro. Haven't done it yet, but maybe for Christmas this year, I don't know. So, okay. Number 6. Okay, I'm going to stop now because I want to run in here. I'm at Joann's, so I'm going to run in here. I've got 3 more questions that I think I'll be able to answer when I either come back from Joann's or come back from getting my hair done. So I just want to run in here real quick. I got an appointment in 20 minutes, but I'm like 10 minutes away. So I'll be back in a little bit. Stop the presses. I did not buy one thing. I did not buy one thing in Joann's. I wasn't, you know, never mind. I just don't need anything. Bottom line is I just don't need anything. So let's see. Okay. I have 3 more questions, like I said, that up to this point too. Let me tell you that I've been still getting questions, and keep asking them if you want, and leave them in the description of this one. And of course, I'll keep answering questions when I can, for sure. So, okay, number 6. This is from Aaron. Be thankful. Are you a morning person or a night owl? Ask anybody in my life, and they will tell you I am not a morning person. I am not a morning person. I am telling you, y'all, I am just, don't talk to me, don't look at me. Oh my goodness. I am terrible until I get my first cup of tea. And even then, I'm still not wonderful until I kind of get my shower and get myself organized and get myself going on my day. Honest to Pete, you guys, I am not a happy camper in the morning. I wouldn't call myself a night owl, so to speak, although I usually am up till about, I don't know, midnight or 1, sometimes, depending on, what's on TV, or if I can get sleepy, which, as y'all know, for those of you who are dealing with menopausal things, it's sometimes hard to get sleepy, or once you go to sleep, it's hard to stay asleep, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, I am definitely not a morning person. Definitely not. Okay, thank you for that, Erin. Okay, number 7 from Trey Quee, and she said to call her Trey. So, let's see. She says, do you use your formal dining room for holiday dinners when you host your family at your home? I do not, usually. I never have in the other house either. I will set it up as a buffet table at times, depending on how much room I need or how many people I'm having. For the family reunion, for instance, that table was a buffet table for desserts. That was the dessert table. But I love my kitchen table. It's bigger than my dining room table. It has even more leaves than what you all normally see in that table, so it can fit up to 12 people, I think, easily on that table in the kitchen. And so we tend to stick in there just because we're family folks. We're not real formal. Not that my dining room is all that formal, Trey. It's really not formal at all, other than just the look of the furniture is a little bit, but it's not a formal room. So, but no, not usually. Just because we're not that fancy, I guess. I don't know. But we don't. We usually eat at the kitchen table. Okay, thank you, Trey. And then my last question was, do you have a favorite battery brand for all of those pieces that light up? I don't, really and truly. And who asked me that? Amy Sudell asked me that. Amy, I don't, honest to goodness. I pretty much just buy what's on sale or what they have in Costco. Is it Berkley and Jensen or BJ's? Berkley and Jensen, I think I want to say. But usually it's Duracell or Berkley and Jensen, I think, are the 2 that I normally get. But sometimes if I'm in the Dollar Tree, I'll pick some up there if I see them, I haven't found that some work better than others. I haven't, a lot of the stuff that's battery operated for me is not battery operated anymore, because Chris has made it so that, I get to plug in all of my stuff that was battery operated. My dough bowl batteries, for instance, my fairy lights and my dough bowl, they lasted over a month. I will say they got more dim and more dim, but they did last. I can't have that rigged up because there's no way to plug it in. So that most definitely they lasted about a month and a half. So, but that's it. So that's all of my questions. So for now, I'm up to date on my questions, and as I said, I may put this up over the weekend, which is unusual for me, but I had a lot of questions, and I've got a lot of decorating coming up, a lot of decorating videos and whatnot coming up. So if I can get this edited, it probably won't take too much editing to do this little video here. And you know, I should be able to get it up maybe this weekend sometime. I'm hoping. If not, you'll see it when you're seeing it. You'll know when you see it. So I might just throw a picture here at the end of my hair of what it looks like, and or I might come back and chit chat with you for just a little while longer after I get my hair done, say my final words, and I'll look through my comments and make sure I don't have any more questions, and if I do, I'll come back with some more. But for now, I'll say goodbye because I am pulling into my hair place. Thank goodness. I'm so looking forward to getting my hair did. All right, y'all, catch you in a little bit. Hey, everybody. I am back out of my hairdressers, and look, I got a few little highlights put in. Oh my goodness, just in the very front. She called them baby highlights. Just because I wanted something a little different. I wanted something just a little bit different. I know I look flushed and hot because it's a little warm outside. But I really am very, very, very happy with how it looks. I mean, she just did them like from here. They look so pretty. They look so pretty. Oh my goodness. I love them. So you won't be seeing this hair in my videos for a while. For at least a week, if not 2, because I've got a lot of videos in the can, like I said. But eventually I'll be back with this hair. Isn't it pretty? And who knows if I'll do more videos, more Q&As or whatever in real time, so to speak. But anyway, I'm super happy with how it looks, and she gave me a nice trim. It's not any shorter, than it was before, but it is, she does give me a nice trim, beautiful trim. So, but anyway, I love my hairdresser. What can I say? I absolutely love my hairdresser. She is the best, the best, the best. So I'm on my way to meet Chris at our little Italian restaurant. So I'm on my way over there to meet him, and then I'm going to head home and probably edit this video so it can go up this weekend at some point. Give y'all a little surprise video on the weekend. But anyway, let me just do some final words now. I hope that all is well with everyone. And for those of you who are struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around. And I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good, good care. Bye-bye.